don't regret, you know? So what I did is I quit the job. I literally quit a stable government job, you know, working for a school district. I started working with my brother. He has an event business called 909 Jumpers. And I work with him, and I helped him build it up more branding because I do a lot of graphic design. I'm an artist, you know? And we basically grinded dirt, you know how you said, for 3 years, man. I just helped him. He's good at operations. I was good at marketing. We pushed it. Then I got to a point where I was able to open up my own tattoo studio. And this is the tattoo studio here, shameless plug.
I love it.
Iconic. And
I got Vayner Sports. I know.
And so, you know, now at the point where everything is halted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Halted because I'm most event rental, business, and pretty much one-on-one person in business. Yeah. So, I mean, I understand what you're going to say, you know, just build content right now, you know.
It's the real answer. It's the real answer. Like, you know, for example, I think this is right. I'm sorry, I don't know tattoo culture well enough, but I'm not an idiot. You draw it out and then you tattoo it, right?
Yeah. I'm drawing right now as
you have to document that, bro.
Yeah,
you have to post a tattoo drawing every single day on every platform.
Okay. Yeah.
You also have to sell stuff Saturday.
Yeah, I'm looking at my house, what I can sell. I'm hearing
you have to do that. It's a nice thing to do. You'll clean up. We all need to have less shit and clutter anyway. You're going to also hone your marketing skills. Yeah. You're going to do something on Craigslist and eBay that then is going to matter for your tattoo business in September because you learned something about copy or creative that led to the sale of a bike or that Apple screen in the background or a book up there or whatever. That's a big deal.
Okay. I appreciate that. That's very...
What about LinkedIn? Have you started creating content there? Not yet, right? Okay.
I opened it up, and then it's that first, you know, learning stage, and I'm like, I'll get back to it. But you know what? I got a lot of time right now. I'm going to get back onto it.
Listen to me. I know what you're going to say, Gary. Make content, right? Is no different than a doctor saying, eat healthy and exercise. I know that everybody watching right now knows what I'm going to say. I'm fucking trying to get fuckers to do. Yeah. I'm hoping through one-on-one, this was our moment, and that makes you do. I'm hoping somebody else's name who's, you know, Sammy Gonzalez, who sees himself in you right now in El Paso, Texas, like, fuck it, I'm just like Ricky, I'm going to do. So that all of a sudden 2 people are going to do from this video, step by step by step by step by step by step. You understand?
Yeah.
Brother, listen to me. If you are not posting tattoo content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, every day, multiple times a day, TikTok, then you're fucking up.
So, well, you know what I did? I did start a live class with my kids because, you know, I'm home and I'm like, well, some of my clients in the tattoo industry and my company are parents. And then in the event rental, they're parents as well. So I figured they're home. I like to draw. Let's draw. And we did one session. When was it? Monday. We did one session, live class, you know, and we basically filmed it live on Instagram and we just started drawing a Mickey Mouse character, you know, and I figure the parents are going to show it to their kids and, you know, that brings me value to them. I can't connect to them one-on-one, but, you know, that's what I can offer right now, you know.
I love it. Now, if you saw that free deck that I put out, how to make 64 pieces of content or the Gary V content model, now that video you need to put into post edit, learn how to do it, and make 12 pieces of content from it, not just one.
Got it.
Ricky, the game is volume.
Yeah.
Volume.
Yeah.
And when artists hear volume, they think quantity instead of quality, and it fucks them up.
Yeah. You're the man.
It is quantity.
For years, I've been following you. It means a lot. Made my day.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
You too,
Love
man.
to the family. Talk to you soon.
Right. Bye.
All right, guys. I'm going to try to sneak a couple more in here before we bounce out. Let's see, Trevor Agnew, you get a retweet. Thank you for posting that photo. Trevor Agnew. Tom Draper's in the building.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? My name's Malvika, Malvika.
Hi, Malvika.
Hi. Okay.
Where are you from?
So I'm from India, but I'm in Virginia right now in the US.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm so excited that we can get this call. All my family's watching from India. They're like super excited. They've been like
I love it.
walking on, like live streaming this on the
I
TV.
love it. I
Yeah,
love
so
it.
shout
Hello,
out to
everybody in
both.
India. Big shout out.
I also wanted to show you this picture that I made of yours a while back, and you retweeted it. So
that was you made. That was incredible. Thank you for that. I love
thank
that.
you.
Thank you. You're so talented. What can I help you with?
So right now I did my undergrad in the US, and I'm on a 1-year visa in the US that ends in September. And I plan to go back and help my aunt run her fashion business. She's an entrepreneur and she's done amazing work, like selling work through Facebook. And I'm really excited to do it. But then I also get a lot of advice where people tell me that like this is the time to like probably work for like a big company and get more exposure to like things like growth and things like that. But I feel in my gut that this is what I want to do. And I'm just so excited for it. And like the only model that I have to like do all of this is based on like what you're doing. So like I have that structure down, but like, and I believe in it, but like, it's also like, just, you know, I wanted your perspective on that. So.
Talk it through. I understand. Yeah. What are you actually asking at the end there where you say, you know, I have your model in mind. Are you questioning if you can execute against it? Are you questioning what else you could be doing? What other angles? Like how does that manifest in your brain?
So, I mean, I'm dedicated to doing this for like maybe the next 10 years of my life, but there's stuff like, you know, like, oh, will I have the money? Like I live with my family. Like I'm totally fine with doing that as well. Like it all works out for me in the end, but like my dad like invested all this money to bring me to the US. Like he paid for my education and I do feel that pressure, but at the same time, I feel like this,
is he concerned about you going into the business with your aunt?
He's very supportive of me, but he also worries that like, I don't know, he has a feeling about like a small business versus a large one. And he doesn't know how to grapple with that. And like, I've been sending him your videos and I'm like, this is what he said. Like he said, it's fine. So like, I can do it.
I have a lot of empathy and a lot of compassion and a lot of respect for your dad. And I understand. I really do. I think the thing that I keep trying to tell children, especially from India and China and Russia, because there's so many similarities with, you know, different cultures, is your father loves you. And so what he's worried about is he in his soul thinks that the big business is safer and he wants to protect you. And he also probably thinks like we've also made this investment in your education. Mm-hmm. So like it seems practical and right to him. Unfortunately, for you and so many people in India, in Asia, in parts of Europe, unfortunately, so many of those people don't want to be engineers or doctors or lawyers. Mm-hmm. And it leads to incredible unhappiness. And I remind parents to look at other parents who have, you know, who are older, 20, 30 years ahead. And I go, look at them. That's your family. And that 43-year-old woman resents her parents and they don't have a good relationship. Mm-hmm. And it's not good. And so here's what I would tell you. A couple things. Number one, this is why youth is so incredible. You can go work for your aunt, spend 8 years on it. And at the end of the day, God forbid, it's a quote unquote failure, right? Yeah. It's not a failure because you're going to learn so much more in a small entrepreneurial business than you'll ever learn in a big corporation. So much more. Number two, it's not a failure because you're going to be uncomfortably young. Yeah. And you will have your degree and you'll have your own street smarts and your conviction, and you can always get a job at a big company. Big companies are always interested in hiring because they make profit by having more people if they know how to run their business. So I think it's more, I would argue if I and your dad became friendly and we were having tea, which Russians and Indians love to have, and we were talking, I would say to him, Father, interestingly enough, I would argue that it's more practical for her to go into the startup with the aunt than it is for her to go into a big company. That big companies are in full control, and that can lead to her getting let go during the coronavirus versus navigating. Plus, let's look at her face. She clearly has the passion and conviction to give it a try. I actually think that I believe in that. I believe in that truth.
Yeah, he's listening right now, so he can hear everything you say.
Good.
That's amazing.
And Father, for like, you know, like you can't imagine how much respect, I'm the byproduct of immigrant parents, hardworking parents, loving parents. I have so much empathy and compassion for parents. A lot of times I say, fuck what your mom thinks. It's not because I don't have compassion for the mother. It's because I'm trying to give freedom for the child so that the mother and the child, the father and the child can have a great relationship long term. I watch so many parents do to their children what their parents did to them, and they should know better because they know they didn't like it when their parents did it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And money is not happiness. Happiness is happiness. And we do not need things. We do not need a lot of things. Small homes and food is more than enough. And so always chase happiness, especially in the youth, because it's practical to get a job at 28, 29, because many corporations, the way the world's going, are going to actually look at people that did entrepreneurship and SMB for their corporation. Not a company that your father would want you to go into now in 9 years, if it fails, is more likely to hire you, not because you went to a competitor for 9 years on your resume, but because you were entrepreneurial, because the internet is forcing entrepreneurship to be a more important variable within corporations.
That's awesome. I want to squeeze in one more thing before I have to leave.
Please.
So 4 days before the internship deadline for your internship, I thought about the one thing I'd want to do before I leave the US, and there's nothing more amazing to me than working for you. So I just want to tell you about what I did to make that happen. So I booked tickets to Unify Las Vegas, which was supposed to happen today coincidentally, but it's also really weird that I'm speaking to you right now.
Wow.
The second thing I did was create a 64 pieces of content in 4 days challenge for myself before the deadline. And I knocked it out. I finished it. I made a sick video about it and shared it all over my Instagram. And I emailed D-Rock. I annoyed Brandon and Jason and all of them on their DMs. They were really kind enough to reply to me. D-Rock replied to my email. It was all going amazing. And the main point that I'm trying to tell you from that was that the process itself was so amazing to me. I got so addicted to that I started my own weekly playlist on my other account because I loved it so much. And the second thing is I just know how much your employees mean to you, and it makes complete sense to me. So if it doesn't work out, it's fine. But I just want to tell you that I have good work, and if I could possibly work for free at any point, in 10 weeks once this goes out.
Send me an email right now. Send me an email and let me look at it. It's Gary at VaynerMedia.
I'll do that. Yeah, thank you.
I'm really proud of you. You are an incredible young woman. I'm a big buyer of you.
You changed my life. You're changing my life right now. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. I couldn't think of a better way to end Tea with Gary V on this beautiful Friday. I'm debating going on tomorrow.
The team actually was asking if they could fit this one person in. I think you're going to really like this person, but I don't know. It's up to you.
Hey, Dustin, we're going to have to do this person on tomorrow because I have to do something with my kids, and that's just the way it is. So I love everybody. Tea with Gary V. I hope you enjoyed it. It was an interesting day. Facebook Live and Instagram, Facebook. Dustin, thank you for persevering. Thank you for everybody. I love you guys so much. Couple things. One, please share this. I want more people. Tomorrow, we'll update you guys later tonight. What time tomorrow? If tomorrow. What time tomorrow? If tomorrow. Tomorrow might be wine with Gary Vaynerchuk. We'll figure it out. But definitely back Monday morning. And very likely I'll see you over the weekend. I love you guys all so much. Please go flash all 10,000 of you watching right now. Flash to Twitter right now, Gary BEE, and tell me what you thought about today's episode. And I love you guys so much. See you. Oh, and hook up my pops, winetex.com. If you drink wine and you buy it on the internet or at a bullshit supermarket and you're overpaying for it, go to winetex.com and sign up for my dad's service. It means a lot to me, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying that as well. So see you later. Bye-bye.